Everybody. So, so I have This Stuff Really Works story. I've been a member of the center for just under 7 years, and there's many wonderful things that have influenced what I'm about to tell you. And it's been things like practitioner tune-ups and leveraging the classes and the workshops and participating in the community on different teams and being of service. There's lots of that energy and support and foundation here for us. I always feel like when I take a class or even a workshop, it can be an hour Wednesday night series, but I always feel like I leave here just a little bit more aware and connected and smarter than when I got here. One such workshop that had an impact for me was someone we've had here at the center I know of at least a couple of times. Her name's Esther Nicholson, and she told a story about in her workshop about the envelopes that life gives us or that are presented to us. And it can be from whoever you want it to be. It can be from God, from Spirit, from the universe, from the post office, whatever. But you get these envelopes, and you'll get one that's that pretty white, maybe it's a formal wedding type invitation, really pretty envelope that invites you to change something or to take advantage of something, change your financial future, show up at this event, whatever. But it's that nice, pretty invitation. And, if things are going well in our life, as they were for me, I just kind of go, oh, yeah, that's pretty, I'll try to make it. And then things get going, you get busy, and pretty soon the pink notice shows up or the pink envelope shows up. And it's that, hey, don't forget, there's this event or there's this thing coming up, and I didn't hear from you yet. What's going on? Don't forget. And again, if you don't pay attention, you keep on trucking, so to speak, and then suddenly it's this warning letter, this red notice shows up. Your power gets turned off, or you lose your job, or something catastrophic happens, and you get knocked out of your comfort zone by the universe because you weren't paying attention to those other two notices. So if you're not going to take advantage of it, you're not going to kind of pay attention and be present, then I'm going to whack you upside the head and knock you off your platform anyway. So keeping in mind that envelope story, I've gone through times when I knew I was making a choice not to act. I sometimes find annoying that when it comes to choices, not choosing to do something or not making a choice is actually making a choice. And so when things are good, okay, let's just keep going. And so I ignored some of those, that white pretty envelope or envelopes. So just towards the end of 2013, about a little over a year ago in year past from now, there were just some ups and downs. There were some rather big waves in my life that were going on, personally, professionally, and I described it to the practitioners and to friends in this community as I just felt a little bit seasick with some of the things going on in life. There was, things would go up and then things would go down, and then things would go up and things would go down, and I just felt seasick. And about that time, by the time I kind of got to August of last year, I shared the envelope story with some coworkers who were kind of feeling a little bit pink envelope-ish, and myself as well. And we all kind of agreed, yeah, we think we're at the pink envelope in terms of our career and what we're doing right now. And I came home and I started with this spiritual practice, or I'll call it that, where I have to change my passwords at work a lot. I work on computers a lot. I have to change my password all the time. And so I started being really deliberate with my passwords. So I might make it abundance, or I might make it joy or peace or whatever it was. And my thought process with that was that I would type that multiple times a day as I logged on to things. And it was a way to keep consciousness on something I wanted to focus on. And so by the time the burning bowl ceremony, the New Year's Day ritual came around, I'd kind of had enough of 2013. I'd been doing my password practice and keeping kind of consciousness. And so when I got to the burning bowl, I was ready to write some things down on my flash paper, hand it to Reverend Petra, and let her set it on fire, and it goes up in flames. If you've been to that, it's a really cool thing. And it creates space for something new. And so when I left the service that day, I decided my next password, or my motto for 2014, was going to be transform. And so that's what I started off 2014, January 1st with, was transform or transformation. And what I knew was I didn't know what this really looked like. I didn't know what that really meant. But I just knew that when all was said and done, what I was going to use was visioning to try and figure out what it was I wanted or what I wanted to do next. And that I wanted to be pulled towards something versus wait for that red envelope and actually be kicked out of something or run away for something or be pushed away. I wanted to be pulled. So transform was the password. Some opportunities at work started to come up, by the time that password was up, and I switched my password to believe, to kind of, energize what my focus was. And so I was believing in some of these new opportunities. I was removing some of the restrictions through the visioning that I had on my relocating or not relocating, and just some of the things that I would have to do to change things up before that red notice appeared. And ultimately, so basically between January and the end of April, I've manifested a new opportunity. It does mean that I move, and I'm actually really excited about it, but it's hard to leave this group. But it's through all of these resources that we've had in this community and all the foundation that I've built, and through those envelopes and paying attention, that now I have this really cool, very sexy, very blingy job that I had no idea how I was going to get to 6 months ago. I've actually looked at it for about 3 years. And I thought, I don't know how to get over there, but that looks really cool. And literally between February and the end of April, I found out how to get over there, and I'm over there. It's mine. So what I want you to know is that this stuff really works. And it's shown up with such ease and grace that I kind of go, that was kind of easy. Shockingly easy. And it was okay that I didn't know how to connect the points and make it point A to point B. I just kind of had to set the intention that I was willing to pay attention and to do the work. So there we go. Thanks.